In this video, we want to design a box with box joints as shown here, and then we're going to cut it with the laser cutter. Here's a picture of the laser cutter cutting a part. We're going to use variables, and also we're going to use custom features for this task. So here is the document that I'm in, and what you can do is you can go back to the overall page like this, and you must have this public option here available to you to access some of the custom features that we're going to do here. So let me come back here. Let's place a sketch on the top plane. Press N to get the sketch plane normal to me. I'm going to take a center point rectangle and I'm going to draw it here, and I'm just going to take whatever dimensions I have here. And right now I've remembered that I forgot to do something. So I'm going to stop there, hit the green check mark to accept the sketch, and I'm going to come over here and I'm going to find the variable option right down here. And I'm going to click there, and the instructions here say that we need to define these variables right here: width, depth, height, and THK as the thickness of the wood that we're going to use. And let's do that now. This will allow us to change it very easily. So our first variable is width, and it's going to be 2. So I'm going to accept that. Now, I won't be able to use this variable in this sketch because it's further down in the feature list here. So I need to drag it to the top. Okay? And I have to do that for each one. So it's best to define the variables before beginning. The next one is depth, and that's 0.25. No, that's not 0.25, that's 2. Okay, and again I'm going to drag it up here. And our next one is height, H-E-I-G-H-T. It's 4 inches. I'll accept that. I'll drag it later. And then finally, THK for thickness, that's 0.25. And I'm going to drag them above sketch 1 so that I can access it. Okay, so now I can use these variables. So let me go back into sketch 1, double click here, and instead of having 1.901 or whatever there, I'm going to put in width. So I'm going to press W, and the only variable I have that starts with a W is width, so I'm going to accept that and just put in those variables there. This will be depth, like that, and I'll accept that. Shift 7, and there's my rectangle. And now I'm going to extrude upward a distance, not 1 inch, but height, H-E-G-H-T. There it is. And I've got this rectangular prism, and I'm going to press P to toggle off the origin planes and F to fit it in there. And this is my the volume of the box I'm going to make. Next thing we're going to do is come up to the thicken command here. I'm going to press on the front and the back. That's all, just those two. And I'm going to reverse the direction. So the thicken command thickens a face into a part, and I want to go into the box and I want to have it be a new part. So I'll click new up here and accept that. So this kind of weird looking here in Onshape means that these are two different parts trying to occupy the same volume of space. So part 1 and part 3 in this case. And that's what that looks like. So that's what we want to have. You'll see why in a minute. So Shift 7 to get my bearings, and I'm going to go back to the thicken command and click the right and the left. And again, I'm going to change the direction so it goes into the rectangular prism, and I'm going to go back, and instead of remove, I'm going to choose new again. And I've created 2 more parts. And finally, I'm going to use the thicken command one more time and come under here, click the bottom, again reverse the direction and hit new, and Shift 7 here to get my bearings. And I've got these parts here, parts 2 through 6 are the parts of the box I want. Okay, now what we want to do is come over to part 1. You'll recall that was the center rectangular prism. I'm going to right click, delete it. I don't need it anymore. And here's what I have. So now what I need to do is come over here to custom features, because I want to have a custom feature create the box joints or the finger joints in this video. So I'm going to hit laser joint, enter, and I'm going to choose this one right here, laser joint. So I click there, and I should have that available. And I also want auto layout here. Let me click there. Okay, auto layout was added. Okay, I think I need to, let me click there to make sure it was added. So when you click on these, it gets added to your environment. Okay, let me click out here, or just close that. And now if I come up here to custom features, you'll see hopefully down here I have something. Current document. No, other document. Don't see it. Let me click public here. Laser joint. Click there. Click there. Oh, it was removed, so I evidently had it already. Laser joint. It was added. Okay. So let me go to auto layout. I should have that already. So if I click on there, it was removed, and I click on there again, it gets added. Okay, so I do have them. So how do I access these to your toolbar? They should be right here. Oh, there it is. Laser joint and auto layout. So I find this system a little quirky, but that's what you have. Okay, let's come here and go to laser joint. Click there, select the whole thing. Whoops, why can't I do that? Well, go to automatic, grab it here, and for now let's just keep the defaults. And you can see that it created the finger joints as best it could. Okay, now we're going to take this to the laser, and what the laser wants to see is some two-dimensional document, if you will. We're going to use a PDF. So in order to get this into a drawing, I'm going to click here and do auto layout, and the thickness of the material is THK. Cut width, let's go 24 by 12, and let's accept it. There we go. So now what I can do is just send this to a printer, a drawing file. I'll be okay. Let me check one thing here. On my, yeah, I think I made a mistake here. I need to go back to thicken 1, double click, and I need to change this to thick. That's the whole point of using the variables, is wherever I have something that I want to potentially change, I need to put it into my design. So each of these thicken statements, instead of saying 0.25, I'm going to put the THK variable. There we go. So there it is. Now what I want to do is I want to go and create a drawing, and I want to use a size C template. So let's see, do I have a size C? I don't think I have the size C templates that I've created. So I'm going to go to ANSI, and it says no templates found. That's great. Onshape. We'll click on Onshape there. There we go. ANSI C inch. Click there. OK. And I want to put the entire Part Studio in there like this. Now notice that what I have doesn't really look like what I'm after, because the front view right here is coming from the lower left to the upper right, so I'm catching the edge of these parts. So I want to put, instead of the front view, I want to put the top view. There it is. And say I want that to be horizontal instead. So what I want to do here is click once, press escape, then double click again here and turn it 90 degrees like so. And now I've got my design. Now when we send it to the laser's going to, everything it sees it's going to look to cut or engrave. So we want to go from the lower right to the upper left and grab everything except the stuff we just put in there. So I just grabbed it and I pressed delete on the keyboard and I grabbed too much, so I control Z out of there. Let me just be a little less ambitious and more careful and just grab it carefully. Now if we did enough laser cutting, or even if we don't really, we should have a template that's already blank. Just call it blank size C inches. And there we go. This is what we want. So we'd give this a sensible name, and then we'll right click, export. This should be PDF as it is, and we'll export it. And after we do that, it'll take a minute. There it is right there. It's in my downloads folder, drawing 1. I'm going to go to my Google Drive and I'm going to make sure I have a folder like IED-4 for the class that I'm in. And to organizational purposes, maybe I give it a color like orange. I'm going to go in there. I'm going to make another folder called Laser Cut Box Joints. Okay, maybe I give it a different color because it's, I don't know, early in the year, whatever. You can use color to help you organize. I'm going to right click, File, Upload. I'm going to go to my downloads folder and grab that PDF and upload it to my Google Drive. Now when I go to the computer that has the laser cutter attached to it, I can just download this and I'll be on my way to laser cutting that design, which is right here. Okay, that's it for today. Thanks for watching.